Let me tell you about Brent. Brent led a rich life. You never met a nice...
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most delicious cookie brands to be found on store shelves.
Oreo, unlock the magic.
Nabisco.
Number 10. Famous Amos. There are often different criteria that come into play when deciding upon the perfect chocolate chip cookie. For some consumers, texture is key, whether soft, chewy, or crunchy. For others, it's the quality of the chocolate used during the baking process and how that taste lingers on the tongue. The Famous Amos brand has historically possessed zero difficulty in appealing to a diverse fan base on account of their snackable size, crunchy exterior, and complex chocolate flavor.
The public image that was created for Famous Amos was the result of the perceived integrity of its founder, Wally Amos. And building on that reputation through skillful public relations became one of the company's primary marketing goals.
There's also a pleasant graininess to a Famous Amos cookie that, although isn't appreciated by everyone, makes our collective taste buds water just thinking about it. Number 9. Entenmann's. The Entenmann's brand is a global bakery powerhouse, delivering sugary goods to countless supermarkets around the world.
It seems we made our new soft-baked cookies a little too hard to resist.
Don't sleep on their cookie confections, however, since those tiny Entenmann's chocolate chip cookies are sleeper hits in our book. A lot of our appreciation for these cookies is dichotomous to why we like Famous Amos. Entenmann's brand cookies are velvety soft and gloriously chewy, a decadent treat with a fresh-baked taste. Sure, their comparatively small size means that we occasionally, frequently overindulge, but we feel absolutely no shame in our game when it comes to Entenmann's. Number 8. Tates. We admire the story of Tate's owner Kathleen King and how she brought her bake shop cookies from humble beginnings and onto store shelves.
I think our chocolate chip cookies are popular with everyone because it really strikes a chord of memories from their past because they really taste homemade. They taste like somebody's mom made them or their grandmom, and it just really strikes that chord of some of the past.
There's a delightful crispness to a Tate's cookie that sets it apart from many of its contemporaries. They feel like the sort of crunchy confection that you would find at a local shop, because that's exactly what they are. Beyond this, however, the Tate's flavoring, from their wonderful dark chocolate variety to white chocolate macadamia nut, tastes complex and layered.
Her secret that makes the chocolate chip so addicting: salted butter.
Butter, vanilla, sugar, all-purpose, unbleached flour, a nice semi-sweet chocolate chip.
There are clearly some high levels of quality control when it comes to Tate's, and there are even gluten-free options available. Basically, what we're saying is that there's a Tate's cookie for everyone, and everyone should try a Tate's cookie.
We know the best part of ending your day is starting your night. You time. It's baked in. Tate's.
Number 7. Fig Newtons.
I say, Drusilla, these cookies are stupendous. Great Scott, Trevor. They're not cookies. They're Fig Newtons.
We know what you might be thinking. Are Fig Newtons more of a cookie or a snack cake? To which we'd reply, they're delicious, especially for the purposes of this list. One might not think that a chewy little bar made up at least partially of figs could be this sweet and tasty, but those same people also probably are not pretending for a moment that Fig Newtons are healthy.
Can't be proper all the time.
Instead, we just snack on these little bites for the same reasons everyone else does. They have great texture, a satisfying middle section, and they're filling enough so that we don't gorge ourselves on an entire pack. So maybe they are healthy.
Cookie is just a cookie, but Newtons are fruit and cake.
Number 6. Keebler Fudge Stripes. The Keebler elves are busy making all sorts of sugary sweets for the kid in all of us.
Here you go.
However, we fully cop to being particularly partial to their fudge stripes. These shortbread cookies are just snack time bangers, thanks in part to those stripes of fudgy chocolate. The actual cookies themselves also taste great, sure, but it's that combination of shortbread and sweetness that makes fudge stripes just so insanely snackable.
Perfectly fudgy, uncommonly good.
We do not know what kind of magic goes on in the Keebler bakery, but they're clearly doing something right in that magical forest.
In the Keebler Hollow Tree, where we make crackers and cookies uncommonly good.
Number 5. Peak Friens.
Peak Friens are a very serious cookie.
Who's been eating the Peak Friens?
US-based cookie fans may not be super familiar with the Peak Friens brand out of London, but these delicious cookies have seen successful marketing in areas like Canada and even Pakistan. These tasty biscuits are an indulgent treat made with quality ingredients that leave a delightful aftertaste on the tongue.
And unlike these boring lumps, Peak Friens have a superb, rather delicate taste. No, when I want a treat, I prefer something a little more distinguished.
The assorted cremes have a little something for everyone, with assorted garden creme, French vanilla, fruit creme, and bourbon creme. But it ultimately doesn't really matter which flavor of cookie you choose. They're all gonna taste delicious and leave you coming back for more. Guarantee it. Number 4. Nutter Butter. We realize that it's often chocolate chip cookies that get to enjoy the spotlight whenever conversations like this come into play. However, we just gotta give it up for the peanut butter flavor profile as well. Nutter Butter cookies are often the #1 name in the game when it comes to PB snackin' goodness, and deservedly so.
It's another Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookie.
These Nabisco brand joints provide all of the peanut butter nourishment required for a balanced diet, and they're even in a fun shape. Additionally, the Nutter Butter brand is versatile and can be incorporated into desserts or as an ice cream topping for that extra decadent twist. Number 3. Pepperidge Farm Milano. You just know that a cookie brand is doing something right when they're able to expand to the level of a Milano.
But Pepperidge Farm ain't just gonna keep it to Pepperidge Farm shelf free of charge. Maybe you go out and buy yourself some of these distinctive Milano cookies. Maybe this whole thing just disappears.
That's because these Pepperidge Farm biscuits can be found in a myriad of flavors, from traditional chocolate to mint, hazelnut, and even lemon. Milano cookies, referred to as Monacos in Canada, have their sandwich format on lock, with a flavorful filling nestled firmly in between two sturdy and addictive biscuit textures. We'd honestly dare you to try them all, but we wouldn't want to be held responsible for the sugar rush.
These are fancy, Santa.
Fancy Santa.
Let's just leave the Milano overload for the holiday season, shall we?
Oh yeah, they're that good.
Number 2. Chips Ahoy.
So, where's the cake?
We're not having cake.
Uh-oh.
Snackers of a certain age may remember a time when Chips Ahoy brand cookies felt a little larger than they are now. Or maybe it's just a Mandela effect situation. It doesn't really matter much in the end because these mass-produced cookie legends are still rocking our world, decades on from their 1963 debut. There's just a perfect ratio of cookie to chocolate within a Chips Ahoy that's impossible to describe for those who somehow have never sunk their teeth into one or 5. Chips Ahoy are crunchy enough, chewy enough, and sweet enough to satisfy just about any hunger. And they've since been spun off into dozens of differently delicious flavors. They are a true cookie classic.
The chocolate chips everybody wants! Chips Ahoy!
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Walker's Shortbread, thick and delicious. Annie's, a slightly healthier option. Nilla wafers, for decadent desserts.
Nabisco makes them.
So the good taste always comes through.
From Nabisco.
Otis Spunkmeyer, a classic never goes out of style.
92% know our brand.
Mrs. Fields, for that home-baked taste.
This year, put gift giving in our hands.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Oreo.
Oreos. Man, I love those. Halloween ones are the best.
There is a very good reason why Oreo brand cookies have become somewhat infamous for their experimentation. They're just a perfect vessel, not only for the classic chocolate cookie/cream combo, but for all sorts of wild concoctions.
We'll work on your farm.
Oreos have basically become the kings of the stunt food world, with everything from fruity pebble-flavored Oreos and cherry cola iterations to key lime pie and kettle corn. Sure, not every swing was a home run, but we admire the initiative and the willingness to fail. One thing's for sure though, a traditional Oreo cookie is a sure thing, each and every time.
To munch a creamy, crunchy chocolate, Oreo goes great with imagination.
Do you have an idea for a crazy Oreo cookie? Let us know in the comments.
What are you doing?
I'm licking the cream off these Oreo cookies.
Well, stop doing it. You're wasting the best part.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.